Welcome to Inspiring Narratives, your favorite channel for uplifting stories, renewed hope, and cultivating a deeper connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Discover with me how turning to Allah can lead you to amazing changes in your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am hoping you are all doing great. We're back today with another uplifting story that will, by the grace of Allah, add so much joy into your life, inshallah. Let's start by sending peace and blessings on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali wa ashabi ajma'in. If you're someone who wants to live a happy life, the kind of life that everyone dreams of, a paradise on earth, remember that no one in this world has a perfect life without problems. Everyone has their struggles and challenges, but Allah has given us ways to overcome them. Today I'm going to tell you the secret to happiness that will bring happiness into your home and your life, no matter what your situation is, whether you're married, single, with children or without, young or old. This advice will benefit you, inshallah. Our sister says, I'm a married woman, and honestly, I'm so grateful because financially, things are going really well, alhamdulillah. I have everything I could possibly need. A loving husband, healthy children, and a beautiful home. Basically everything anyone could wish for. From the outside, my life might seem perfect, especially compared to others, even my own sisters and friends. I feel so blessed, alhamdulillah. However, there was a time in my life when I went through a really difficult period. It didn't hit me until I was pregnant with my last child. Even though Allah blessed me with money and children, I always hoped for a daughter. But Allah had other plans, and honestly, I have to thank Him for everything I have in my life. We had moved to a new area, far from my family and my husband's family, into a house my husband had bought. We'd been there for about 2 or 3 years. When we first moved, I became pregnant with my last child. Before that, life was okay, but definitely not as good as it is now. After we moved into this house, things really changed. Allah transformed our situation completely. One of the first people I got to know was my neighbor. She wasn't as well off as we were. Her husband's financial situation was stable, but not like ours. She was such a faithful person, and that faith was the foundation of her life. She was content with what she had, and I admired her for that. Honestly, there were so many things about her life that I wished for myself. She was so strong, educated, and wise, and I found myself wishing I could be more like her. The respect between her and her husband was something I'd never seen before. I know my husband loves me and respects me, but they had this different kind of understanding. Even the way she talked to people stood out to me. And the way she handled her children was just on another level. I found myself envying her and wishing I could have what she had, even though I had so many things she didn't have. When we first moved in next to each other, we didn't interact much. I'd see her in the mornings and we'd exchange a quick greeting, maybe go to the market together every now and again. But that was about it. It wasn't until I was pregnant that I started visiting her more often. She started coming over too, and over time we became really close. Just to give you an idea of how things were, my house was much larger than hers was. It was much nicer than hers was. We had better furniture. Even my husband's car was better than her husband's. I had jewelry and other things she didn't have. She had things too, but they weren't on the same level as mine. But honestly, I didn't really focus on that. What really stood out to me was her life, the way she treated her husband, the way she raised her children, and how she dealt with her in-laws and others, and even the way she talked to me. One time, my husband asked me, what did she study? Alhamdulillah, I have a degree, but she had only finished high school. She never went to university, yet the way she spoke and carried herself, you'd think she had a doctorate. Even though I had better education, I found myself wishing I could be more like her. The way she talked about her life made me feel like I was the one who was less fortunate. She had so much confidence and contentment. She genuinely seemed to be at the highest level of happiness. One day, I decided I needed to figure out her secret. Where did all that confidence and contentment come from? After I gave birth, something happened that really opened my eyes. I had a boy, but I had been hoping for a girl. Even the doctor had told me I was expecting a girl, so I had everything prepared for a daughter. When I ended up having a boy, I have to admit I was disappointed and upset. I know it sounds odd. Most people will be thrilled to have a boy, right? But I already had 4 sons, and this time I was really expecting a girl. My neighbor picked up on my mood. She said, "I've never seen someone be sad about having a son. Most people will be overjoyed." Then she said something that really hit me. "I've noticed something about you since we became friends. You're a kind and gentle person, but there's something that you need to change." I thought to myself, yes, this is what I want to hear, subhanAllah. She started speaking about the situation before I even asked. She went on, "You always seem like you feel there's something missing in your life." I agreed with her. Then she said, "I learned a principle from my mum a long time ago. My family was very poor, poorer than you can imagine. Imagine there were times we couldn't afford new clothes for Eid, and we'd even go to bed without dinner at times. After my brothers grew up and my father's circumstances got better, things started improving. Although much of my childhood was challenging, and I often felt like I missed out on a lot, my mother taught me the value of appreciating what I had. She showed me how to find contentment and happiness in even the smallest of things. And from that, I learned to cherish whatever I had and be truly happy with it." She shared a story from her childhood. She said, "My friends would buy a new school uniform every year, but I had to wear the same uniform for 2 or 3 years. But I made sure it was always clean and neat, and I convinced everyone it was beautiful, not because it was new, because I loved it and I took care of it. Eventually my friends started to admire it too, just because I talked it up so much. I made them see it as something special. They began to wish for a dress like mine." She carried that attitude into her adult life. When she got married, she barely had any furniture, just the basics. One of her friends got married the same year and had a house full of luxurious furniture and appliances. We used to visit one another. She would tell me, "Your home has an unbelievable sense of comfort that I don't feel in mine. There's something special about your home." And when I visited her house, she had all the luxurious items you could think of, from furniture to carpets to appliances, but I felt there was something missing. Then I realized my mum was right. If you're content with what you have and love it with all your heart, that feeling spreads to the people around you, and they'll start to see things the same way. So be happy with what you have, whatever your reality is right now. Thank Allah for it and be grateful. She said, "You were given a son, and maybe that's a blessing for you. Celebrate it. Be happy, buy sweets and make it a big deal. Show your husband that you're excited. When you're happy, that joy spreads to him too. He'll come home and feel that something's different, something special." That's the secret to my life. Being content with what I have and loving everything that belongs to me. Because of that, my life is full of peace and happiness. Honestly, I realized she was right. I used to compare my life to others all the time. But once I started loving my own life and stopped comparing it to everyone else's, happiness just flowed in. Even my husband noticed the change. He told me, "Ever since this baby was born, you've been different. There's something new in the house. Something has changed." He even joked, "This baby must be bringing us good luck." But it wasn't luck. It was my changing attitude, and as a result, Allah blessed us. I started applying what my neighbor had taught me, and I could feel that peace and happiness spreading throughout my life. So honestly, the secret to happiness is being content with what you have, loving it and being grateful for it. Don't lose hope in Allah's mercy, and don't overlook the blessings you already have. Your health, your children, your safety, There are people who dream of what you already have. Once you start appreciating those things, you'll find happiness both in this life and in the afterlife, because Allah will be pleased with you. And when you're thankful, Allah will increase you in good, inshallah. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you found any value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, then consider subscribing. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so do leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.